Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Well, all eyes are on the Obamacare death spiral. It's going to be a tumultuous open enrollment season. Of course, we're going to be seeing double-digit cost spikes and disappearing choices. Now, the Obama administration did confirm Monday that there's going to be a sharp rise in planned premiums for 2017, and many Americans are going to have to choose plans from only one Obamacare insurer in their region. So, yeah, no competition there. Consumers are going to see the premiums for a mid-level benchmark insurance plan jump an average of 25% in the states with exchanges run by the federal government. And in addition, that's going to be 20% of Obamacare customers being forced to choose from just one health insurance carrier. Now, of course, the Obama administration is trying to shamelessly spin this thing as a win, even though that they knew this was going to be a huge debacle from the start. They're trying to say, this is the Secretary of Health and Human Services, hey, well, it's not as bad as we initially thought it was going to be. She says independent experts who calculate that marketplace premiums are currently 12 to 20% lower than the Congressional Budget Office predicted when the Affordable Care Act was passed. So they're like, hey, well, you guys thought it was going to be a huge debacle, and now it's, it's only about 12% smaller of the debacle that we were, anticipating, but of course we still had to pass it to find out what was in it, a big pile of poo. And I think that that's very clear now. And then she also goes on to tweet out saying, basically chill out because there's lots of government assistance available for people to get them covered. But I'm sorry, does anyone else see the problem with that? Why do we have so many people down and out that they're bragging about the fact that so many people are going to need and will be able to receive government assistance, federal aid to get this affordable care? I mean, it's totally ridiculous. It's such a sham. And they knew it was going to be that way from the beginning. Now we have people saying that the Democrats are going to have to face the music on this. The Republicans had been warning people about that when they were first opposing the Affordable Care Act, opposing this law. Now, MSNBC's Casey Hunt stated on Tuesday she believes Democrats are going to have to answer for these skyrocketing Obamacare premiums because, of course, this is how the demands for this law are going to change. It's going to come from the bottom up. Voters are going to be feeling the pain of this, especially since every year it continues to rise and people are being forced to pay these huge premiums or huge penalties if they can't opt in to the exchanges altogether. But don't get too excited thinking, wow, this thing's going to unravel. We're going to undo this. They're going to throw us a bone, because that has been the plan all along so they could roll out single payer. Now, even though Hillary Clinton was publicly praising Obama and his health care initiative, behind the scenes, she knew it was going to unravel, and she was already planning for how she could support the unraveling of it. Now, you'll recall there was a WikiLeaks email released with the title Memo on Cadillac Tax for HRC, where Clinton admitted that she was open to changing her position on the Cadillac tax, but that the Republican plan to repeal it must pass. That's the thing that would begin to unravel the Affordable Care Act. So she knew it was doomed to fail, but she wants the Republicans' version of it to be able to pass so that they can be responsible for the unraveling of the Affordable Care Act. But they knew that that was going to happen the entire time. They just wanted to eke out these penalties, rape everyone and pillage them for these higher premiums, and then eventually pass it with something even more sinister, even more controlling. It's a big screw you to the American people, but it's very interesting because Michael Moore came out and said a vote for Trump is going to be a big screw you to the establishment.
Joe Biggs here with Infowars.com. Now we have a brand new article up by Paul Joseph Watson. Michael Moore, Trump's election will be the biggest FU in history. During a speech in his brand new one-man stand called Trumpland, Michael Moore said that people are going to come out of the woodwork to vote for Donald Trump, and it will be the biggest FU in history. And he says he knows a lot of people in Michigan who are upset and want someone like Donald Trump because they've had their jobs stolen, because we know Ford, the manufacturer, has moved a lot of their jobs down to Mexico. People are sick of their jobs being offshore to places like Mexico. Trump's promise to slap a 35% tariff on cars made in Mexico sent back to America was music to the ears of people in Detroit, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Now, whether Trump means it or not is kind of irrelevant because he's saying the things that people who are hurting want to hear, and they're sick and tired of being beat down. Now, Michael Moore goes on to say that the elites hate Donald Trump, the media hates Donald Trump, career politicians hate Donald Trump. That's why come November 8th, people are going to mark a huge X besides the name Donald Trump. Why? To send a huge FU to the elite and everyone else who screwed them over in America. Stay tuned for more reports at Infowars.com. I'm Joe Biggs.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been on this the last few months. You probably noticed I've been more crazed, more focused, less brain fog, more energy, more special reports, and it's because of Brain Force.
We kept changing this formula over and over and over again until it became sort of a grand puzzle. This just increases the compounds you already have.
This is what you're actually designed to run on. You will find Brain Force, Survival Shield X2, and other game-changing products at InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139.